welcome back to Food Prep Guide. We are continuing on with the Pantry Challenge, and I gotta tell you, we are starting to feel it. If you missed one of our recent videos, I let you know that we decided to do this Pantry Challenge last minute. I didn't run out to the grocery store and buy a bunch of stuff to prepare for this, and I was looking at my receipts, and it has been since the second week of December since I've been to the grocery store. So even though we're only in the second week of January, it has already been almost 5 weeks since we've been to the grocery store. But that's good. It's good practice. It shows where we have gaps in our meal plans, and it's forcing me to get creative. So tonight's meal is inspired by my daughter, who has been begging for macaroni and cheese. Now normally I serve macaroni and cheese as a side dish with like some kind of chunk of meat, like a chicken thigh or a pork roast or a pork chop or something like that. I don't have that. So we are doing a smorgasbord of side dishes, but I still want to add some protein. So we are going to do a beef tip gravy over mashed potatoes. We're going to do my daughter's mac and cheese, and then we are doing a fruited rice pilaf. This is a side dish in a jar, and so all we're going to do is pop this in the pressure cooker. I will have this recipe typed up for you and linked in the description box below. We're just going to pour it straight in and add 2 cups of water. Mix it around. And we are going to pressure cook that for 6 minutes, and that dish is done. There we go. Okay. We need a roux for both the beef tip gravy and the macaroni and cheese. I'm going to do a double recipe for the beef tip gravy, so we need 4 tablespoons butter, 4 tablespoons of flour, and 4 cups of beef broth. Okay, butter is melted for both roux. So for this skillet, beef tip gravy, we got 4 tablespoons of butter. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of flour. And for our mac and cheese roux, we're going to do, it's got 2 tablespoons of butter, so we're going to do 2 tablespoons of flour. We're going to let both of these cook up until they are bubbling and the flour begins to thicken and start causing a separation into little chunks. I forgot to mention I have a pot of elbow macaroni noodles boiling back here with just a pinch of salt. Once they come to a boil, I'm going to set a timer for 12 minutes and hope they don't boil over this time. Starting to boil over here. Okay, mac and cheese noodles are boiling. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 12 minutes just so I don't lose track of how long they've been cooking. Okay, now we're going to add 4 cups of beef broth to this butter and flour mixture. That's what's going to create our gravy. Okay, our mac and cheese roux is starting to separate, boiling really good, so it's time for the next step. We're going to add 1 cup of milk, and then we're going to let that boil and thicken for a bit. Okay, we're going to let both roux just come to a boil for a little bit. Be back in a minute. Our beef tip gravy is getting good and bubbly, but it is nowhere near thick enough yet, so we're just going to keep letting that simmer. Well, a little bit more than simmer, but our mac and cheese sauce is to the point where we need to add the cheese and move on to the next step. We stock cheddar cheese powder and white cheddar cheese powder specifically for homemade mac and cheese. When it comes to the cheese, I don't measure because we like it as cheesy as it could possibly get, but I probably, if I had to guess, I'd say probably half a cup of each. I'm going to whisk that in really good. At this point, I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. Probably about half a teaspoon of salt. Probably about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And my secret ingredient, which is really not a secret, I think it's pretty common, a squirt of mustard. Now sometimes I use ground mustard powder if I don't have any of this, but this bottle is almost empty, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this and get this almost empty bottle out of my fridge. Give that a good stir. I also found 3 slices of cheese in my fridge, so I'm going to go ahead and throw those in too. Let's see, my timer's about to go off for the macaroni. I'm just going to take that out, drain it, put it back in the pot, keep stirring this. I'll show you the macaroni sauce when it's done in just a second. Okay, our mac and cheese sauce is done. I want to show you how good and thick this is. Really thick. We like our macaroni and cheese extremely cheesy, and the sauce nice and thick. So I'm going to mix that into the noodles back here. And I'm just going to leave that there for now because I need to do the next step on this gravy. I broke the cardinal rule of gravy making, and that is do not add extra flour after that initial flour and butter mixture because it will clump up in little balls and not dissolve very well, but it was just not getting as thick as I wanted. And I am still going to be adding these beef tips in just a second and then using a whisk, and that's going to help those flour clumps eventually dissolve, but normally you don't want to add flour after that initial one. So at this point it's finally starting to get a little bit thick. I'm going to add 1 pint of our beef tips. Actually this is venison, but I would normally do this with beef tips, but this is what I have on hand. And we are just going to let these beef tips or venison tips cook in this gravy mixture for about 10 minutes or until the gravy mixture gets as thick as we like it. While I was off camera waiting for these sauces to boil, our Instant Pot went off. That's okay, we're going to let it natural release until we're done with all of this. It'll probably be completely released by the time we're done. It'll probably end up being about 15 minutes. Okay, let's let that sit and cook. Let's mix up our mac and cheese and see how it's looking. Okay, there is our macaroni and cheese. My daughter is going to be so happy. We're done with that. Now it's just a matter of letting this beef tip gravy get nice and thick. While I'm waiting on this, I'm actually going to dump the macaroni and cheese into a bowl so I can use that same pot to whip up a batch of mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. I am just going to be using instant potatoes. I'm just going to follow the package instructions, nothing fancy, super fast, super quick. By the time those mashed potatoes are done, this gravy should be done. Our rice is already done, so I will be back when everything is plated up. Okay friends, everything is done. I whipped up a batch of mashed potatoes. Our fruited rice pilaf is done. The brown gravy, beef tip gravy finally decided to thicken up, and here is the finished product. We have beef tip gravy over mashed potatoes, homemade macaroni and cheese, and fruited rice pilaf. Y'all, this is a whole lot of carbs. Not a typical meal pairing that I would normally do, but hey, this is a pantry challenge. We got to work with what we have. I'm out of a lot of things at this point, so this is what we have. But I think this is proof that pantry meals do not have to be bland or boring. This was, I think it was almost 100% shelf stable. We did use butter, which could be replaced with ghee, and we did use fresh milk for the macaroni and cheese, but that can easily have been made up with milk powder or even evaporated milk. So 100% shelf stable with just a few tweaks. Hope y'all enjoy. Bye.